Hey everybody, welcome to your June 2022 astrological forecast. Keep in mind that this is just a general reading. However, if you would like to have something more specific like your own chart done, there's a link below in the description box to my website where you can check out my services. There's also a link to something called Ask Me a Question, which is for people who only want to know maybe one or two things about their chart. So there's a link below to that too. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my subscribers again for their continued support. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, please like and share it. It really helps my channel to grow, along with subscribing, and click on the little notification bell and you'll be notified each time I upload something. Okay, and also check out my weekly forecasts. Hi Aquarius, welcome to your June 2022 astrological forecast. So, the month starts off with the sun in Gemini in your 5th house where you have Gemini. And it's here up until the 21st. And Mercury finally moves back to this area like on the 13th, okay? It starts off the first 3 days is still retrograde in Taurus in your 4th house, but then turns direct on the 3rd and moves forward again back into Gemini, okay, on the 13th, and it's in direct motion the rest of the month. And then Venus moves into Gemini on the 22nd. Okay, so, you know, your 5th house is the house of fun and romance and entertainment of any kind. It's sports, events even, amusement parks, things like that, okay? It's dancing, going to the theater, it's, creativity, speculation, and gambling, okay? And it is children. Doesn't necessarily have to be your children, anyone's children, or childish things, kind of, okay? Acting like children even. So, you know, it's time for you to go out and have some fun. Or maybe this time of year, there's a certain place that you go away to do that very thing. But it coincides with, you know, planets being in your house of fun. So, it's, you know, this is the time that you should be doing stuff like that. Excuse me. Now, as far as plans go, when Mercury was retrograde here, even in Gemini last month, all your plans could have gotten screwed up, you know, a little bit. I know even recently, again, in America, there were flight cancels, a lot of things canceled over our Memorial Day weekend. So you just like never know, you know. And it's kind of like for the same reasons again, not enough staff or whatever, you know. So maybe you're going to give it that one last shot again when planets are all in direct motion in this area, and you can go do whatever your original plans were. This is also like the house of, like I said, romance and creativity, but we'll go with romance first just because Venus is going to be here from the 22nd on. So if you are seeing someone right now, you know, maybe you were having a conversation that, like the same conversation, it seems, each time, you know, you're talking about anything, it always ends up back on a certain subject, okay? And especially when Mercury went retrograde, so it made you really, really think about it. And now that it's direct again and back in Gemini from the 13th on, it may be a time where you revisit it again, like maybe for the last time, because you may be tired of talking about it, or maybe your partner is, or whatever, you know. And this is like in, like I said, in romance, or even in like a creative project that you're collaborating on with someone else. You know, maybe there's problems there that you know, need to be hashed out. So this would be the time that would happen. I would have to say though too, if you're up for gambling of any kind, maybe going to the racetrack or a casino, or playing the lottery, something like that. You may be in the mood to do, you know, whatever, but you, like I said, maybe you weren't able to make it there until now, until this Mercury goes direct this month, okay? Just for like, the first, so many days of the month, Mercury is in your fourth house where you have Taurus. It's in Taurus for a little while. And maybe this is what you're, an issue or whatever, or a subject that you're revisiting, okay, with whomever. Your fourth house is your home, your family. It's where you physically live. It's your personal life. It's like people, whoever you live with, even if you live alone, it's just still, maybe there was some kind of discussion or over something like that. Living arrangements even, okay? So, let's see here. There's a full moon on the 14th, okay, in Sagittarius in your 11th house. Okay, it's directly across from your 5th house of Gemini. Your 11th house is like your most sociable house. It's your friends and acquaintances. It's where you would normally go to hang out, any kind of organization that you belong to. It's also your house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So, it could be that if you are out somewhere, you could run into someone from your group of friends or an acquaintance that you know or something or other. Or this is also a social media house, so you don't even have to go out in public. You could just be socializing online. And something could come out at this time with someone that you know, okay, a friend. I would have to say a friend. Or, again, somebody in your group of friends. But they could surprise you with something they say, that about one of your friends. It could be even though about someone that you're dating or have dated, especially somebody from your past, an ex-flame, or if you are involved, excuse me, in some kind of creative project with someone else, maybe someone says something to you that like lets you know, I don't know, that this person is doing something else on the side with someone else, or you're kind of like let in on information that you didn't have, and it's a little bit of a surprise to you. You know what I mean? Or somebody could just tell you something that, again, about a romantic partner, or your own child, something about, if you do have kids, something about them, that really, rubs you the wrong way. Okay, especially it could be because of who's telling you this, where it's coming from. Okay, the person it's coming from. Anyways, the sun moves into Cancer on the 21st, and where you have Cancer in your chart is your 6th house, and there's a new moon here, okay, on the 28th. So your 6th house is the kind of work that you do, the workplace, your co-workers. It's your work schedule. It's your daily schedule, though, in your personal life. It's also your house of health and your house of service. So, new moon here just means that maybe you are. I don't really see like a new job happening right now. Could be like a new client that you get. The new moon is bringing a new beginning. Okay. A lot of times, when this occurs, people like start a different, like really looking after their health, looking out after themselves. They're changing their diet, they're exercising more, they're doing something or other. Okay, and it could be because, you just had the sun in your 5th house of sports and recreation and fun, and maybe you were actually physically doing stuff when planets are in your 5th house. And so when they move into your 6th house, maybe sometimes you keep it up, because it was fun, and you were actually benefiting from it health-wise. So it could be that you are beginning a new way of life when it comes to your health. Okay, but you could be, doing like a new job or a new way of doing your job. Maybe you have a new client, especially if you're self-employed, but if you are employed by someone else, that you could have a new assignment that's just yours. Okay, but it's like a new beginning in this area. Okay, having the sun here, though, Oh, I would have to say though, if you are having any kind of health problems or are just curious, a lot of times allergies are very severe. It depends on where you are. Maybe if you already have medication for something like that, but it just isn't strong enough, it isn't working. That's something that you would change at this time, or you would just make a doctor's visit just to be up on things, like a checkup or something. Okay, so, jeez. Okay, well, you know what? Saturn turns retrograde on the 4th. Saturn in your first house, okay? So, I mean, it's not a lot of fun sometimes just having it there in direct motion. When it turns retrograde, you know, sometimes maybe you might go into yourself a little bit more, really dwelling, I would have to say, on very serious subjects when you're like very negative thinking, kind of, you know, your outlook and whatever, and maybe you're not feeling like being around people a lot of times. It just depends, you know, just or you feel like you're reviewing in your mind, like maybe conversations that you've had with people, and you're thinking to yourself, what they mean by that, you know, like being nitpicky, but you're being nitpicky with yourself, you know, not really necessarily anyone else. But again, though, too, because Saturn is like a very restrictive planet, and it's a very stable planet, though, too. Um, you know, people view you as like a very stable person. Like you're the person for the job. You know, you're reliable. You do the right thing, or you have good common sense. Okay, so that's why maybe sometimes people come to you, even for just like advice. But there could have been something that you've done for someone, even recently. Okay, and they're very happy about it, but they want you to either do more or help someone else, or you know, it's something that was previously done, even if it's a conversation that you previously had with someone. Okay. A lot of times, you know, when planets are retrograde, they just give you the time to review, okay, sit back and review, and even change your mind, you know. So you may have thought that you were settled on a certain course that you were going to take, you know, in your life, or a certain thing that you were going to do, or how you were going to handle something or other, and this could just totally blow it out of the water. Okay, sometimes maybe you have new information that changes your opinion, though. You know, the more information you have to make a decision is best, right? That's better than nothing. But if there's just something that wasn't there, then all of a sudden you find the information that could actually alter your outlook. You know, that's better, that you have everything at your disposal to make any kind of decision. Okay, so Neptune also turns retrograde on the 28th, and Neptune's in Pisces in your second house. So I've mentioned many times before, you know, having Neptune here, you better keep an eye on your possessions, anything valuable that you own. I would, when this planet turns retrograde here, because it's done it a few times already, you know, since it's been here, I always tell people, go and look and make sure that things that you have, any kind of investment, let's say like coins or jewelry or something like that, or certificates of deposit, you know, even though they wouldn't do anyone else any good, because the bank has all that on file, so nobody could cash in one of your CDs, only you could. But to make sure that you're always, too, collectibles, okay, that are valuable, make sure they're still there, especially if you've had people in your home. That's another thing, too, you might want to avoid, probably for a while, just because you have the planet Uranus in your fourth house of your home. A house party or something like that, even though you lock the place up, you're going to find that maybe some of your things are missing, okay? And you know, you have to tell people the party's not in that bedroom. It's here, you know, in the living room or something like that. It just depends. So you may end up with strangers in your house. If it depends on what kind of party you have. if your friends bring along other people or whatever, you know, it's something like that. I would just keep an eye out for my possessions and my money, my bank accounts. Make sure if you do work, or even if you're retired, that your amount that you're getting in your check is correct, and that other things aren't being taken out of it, taxes or, I don't know, something you didn't even pay for, you don't even need, you know, that's automatically being deducted from your paycheck. Also check your bank statements and your credit card statements and make sure you're not being charged by for something you know that you didn't buy. Let's see here. I do want to mention, though, having this Venus in Gemini on the 22nd in your 5th house. This is really going to pick up your like ability to have fun in a way. You're going to want to have fun, but you might even actually end up meeting somebody. You know, it's not like a very big deal right now, but just having Venus in your 5th house does bring the opportunity for fun and romance, though. Okay. So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Aquarius on the 16th, 17th, and 18th. And the best time to lay low is when the moon is in Leo, your opposite sign, and those dates are the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The best time for romance, creativity, fun, recreation, gambling, or anything to do with children is the 12th, 13th, 14th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. The best time for money is the 6th, 7th, 8th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. The best time for your career is the 10th, 11th, and 12th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 8th, 9th, 10th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So, I hope you enjoyed your forecast for June. Be sure to check out my weekly forecast, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.